an example of an improper integral. Let's look at the integral from 0 to 4 of 1 over square root of x dx. That is, what we're talking about is the area from 0 up to 4 under the curve. I'll write it y equals 1 over square root of x. So 1 over square root of 1 is 1, 1 over square root of 4 is 2, 1/2, so on. Anyway, this is clearly improper because we have a vertical asymptote at 0. It goes to infinity. We're asking about the area of an object that is 4 units wide and infinitely tall, but it's getting skinny. The question is this a finite number or not? What do? We take the bad thing, which is the 0, and we replace it with a t. So we integrate from t to 4 of 1 over square root. In fact, just for my purposes, I'm going to call that x to the negative 1/2. So that we can start the integration process, dx, and we approach that 0 how? Our interval is everything from 0 to 4, so we're going to approach it from the right. The limit as t goes to 0 from the right. Okay, so what do? We can't evaluate the limit just yet, because that would mean putting the 0 in there and going right back to where we were. We can integrate this. This is x to the add 1 positive 1/2. Dividing by 1/2 is the same thing as multiplying by 2. And we evaluate this from t to 4. So what have we got? We've got the limit as t goes to infinity, 0 from the right. We plug in 4. We've got 2 square root of 4 minus 2 square root of t. We plug in the 4, we plug in the t. Square root of 4 is just 2. Hey, now what do we got? We've got, this is 2 times 2, this is 4. And what happens as t goes to 0 from the right of square root of t? Now, it's nice that it's going from the right. This is only defined for non-negative numbers. If t was approaching 0 from the left, this would be undefined. We'd have a big problem. But no. As t goes to 0, the square root of t goes to 0. So it's 4 minus 2 times 0. So the answer is 4. The answer is, there are 4 of, if this is 1 square unit, that shaded red area is exactly 4 of those. Exactly. So there, in fact, is an object that's 4 wide, infinitely tall, whose, it would take 4 squares worth of paint to cover exactly that whole object, which is kind of cool.